Hello friends, welcome back. It's Mrs. Smith here. Today you learned how to do the first steps of long division. So the strategy I want to focus on in this video is to use place value to do long division. Specifically, you divide the tens first, then you divide the ones, always using the divisor. Let's look at an example together. You're going to get presented with problems that are written horizontally, like 63 divided by 3. Let's go ahead and use long division to solve this. The reason why we're using long division is because 63 is a really large number, and most of us have learned how to multiply 3 all the way up to 30, meaning 3 times 10 equals 30. We can go beyond and list the related multiplication facts of 3, stopping at 63, but it's going to take a really long time. So I want to invite you to use long division when you have big numbers that you need to divide. So we're going to first set up our problem, and it looks like this. 63 divided by 3 will look like this. 3 is my divisor, we know that. My dividend, or dad is in the den, meaning hidden inside, is 63. Our strategy is to use place value to do long division. So the first thing that I would do is I would set up a place value chart to help me. The way that you do that is how you learned in class. This number, 3, is in the ones place. So write a small place value chart above it. 6 is in the tens place. Okay, so just keep in mind these numbers are all in the tens place. These numbers are in the ones place. Let's begin our process of long division. As you know, there are four steps to long division. D is for divide. M stands for multiply. S is for subtract. And B is for bring it on down or bring it on up. DMSB. We have a little song, as you've heard in class, so don't be afraid to sing that song as you do the steps. Now, the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to follow my steps. Divide the tens place first. So I'm looking at the 6, which is in my tens place. 6 divided by 3 equals what? 2. So you're going to write the 2 right on top of the 6 because you are using the tens place first. Don't write that 2 over here. You're doing nothing with the ones place right now. First, divide the tens place. You just divided. So I'm going to place a little check mark there. Next step is to multiply. Divide 6 times 3 equals 2. Now you're going to multiply. 2 times 3, 2 times 3 equals 6. Write it right under the 6 because you're working in the tens place. Check. Next, third step is to subtract. So what we're going to do is 6 minus 6. You're only working with this. 6 minus 6 is 0. Good job. We just subtracted. Check it off. Next step, you're probably already thinking about it, is B for bring it on down. Here you have a number, so bring down the 3. And your number that you're working with now is 0, 3, or 3. Now, we can't stop here and we're not done. We can't say that this is a remainder because we've done nothing with the ones place. We just divided the tens place. Step 2 of our strategy is divide the ones place. So now, same process, we're going to repeat it again. I'm going to erase my check marks so I can make sure I do each step as I divide the ones place. All right, here we go. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. Good job. You're going to write it right above the place you just divided in the ones place. We just divided. Next step, multiply. 1 times 3 equals 3. Write it down. You could have just written 3 instead of 0, 3. That's fine. We just multiplied. Next step is to subtract. Just like we did here. 3 minus 3 is 0. Check it off. And our last step is to B for bring it on down. There's nothing here to bring down. So you just bring this up. But 0 really isn't anything of a remainder. So your answer is 21, remainder 0, or just 21. Our quotient for 63 divided by 3 is 21. We did this following the strategy of using place value first, then dividing the tens, then dividing the ones. Not forgetting the steps of divide, multiply, and subtract, bring it on down or bring it back up. Let's do one more example, but this time we'll work with a harder number. As long as you have your strategy, it will never fail. Okay. This time I'm going to set up the problem. Let's see. 88 divided by 4. Again, 88 is a very large number. It doesn't end in 0, so I can't divide mentally. And I need to set it up as long division to solve it, because I want to show you how to use the strategy. Step 1 is to have my place value chart. T is for tens, O is for ones. Let's set up our problem as a long division problem. 4 is my divisor. 88 is my dividend. Now we need to set up our steps. D for divide, M for multiply, S subtract, B is bring it on down or bring it back up. First step is divide. We're going to divide the tens place first. 8 is in the tens place, so 8 divided by 4 is 2. Write it right on top of the number you just divided. Check for divide. Next step is multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. Good job. You just multiplied. Check it off. Next step is to subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. We're not done yet. We still have a number to bring on down. Next step is to bring on down. So bring down that 8. Write it right next to the 0. The number that you're now working with is still 8. And you're not done because you have 8 on the bottom and you haven't done anything with the ones, and there's still a number here to use. So we're going to start dividing again. Repeat the process because we're not done. Here we go. D for divide. Step 2 is divide the ones. 8 ones divided by 4 equals 2. Good job. Next is to multiply. 2 times 8 is 8. So you write it down here. Next step is to subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. You got it. And B is for bring it on down. Is there any number here to bring down? Nope. Or bring it back up. You can bring this back up. Your answer would be 22, remainder 0. But if you don't have anything, you don't need to put it. Your answer would just be 22. and that's actually your quotient. So 88 divided by 4 equals 22. Here is our answer. Don't forget, every time that you stick and use your strategy, it helps you when you stick to it. Our strategy today was use place value to do long division. Simple as setting these 2 steps up. Then divide the tens first, and then divide the ones. Following your steps of dividing, multiplying, subtracting, and bringing on down or bringing back up. I hope this has been useful for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to all the math problems that you will solve.